We're roughly 3 days into the distribution event for Shiny Koraidon and Shiny Miraidon in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and it's clearly unanimous that this distribution event has been handled extremely poorly. It's comments like this that literally sum up the situation perfectly. We did briefly touch on eBay scalpers and scammers in my last video that were trying to palm off Shiny Koraidon and Miraidon for upwards of $40 to $50 on eBay, as well as scalpers are trying to sell the codes for upwards of $15 to $20. That's obviously not going to be the main topic of this video, as I've already covered that in a previous video, but overall that is a byproduct of the situation that Nintendo and the Pokemon Company have created with the terrible management of this event. This comment here is a common theme, especially in GameStop stores in the US, where people have tried to attend multiple GameStops, and within a few hours of the event, not even, they have already sold out. Well, not sold out, but given out all of the codes. As well as some stores in the US are trying to coerce people into making a store purchase to get a code, when even stated by Nintendo that this is a non-purchase requirement event. The situation was much the same in Australia here where I live, where EB Games were tasked with running the distribution, essentially running out of codes within half an hour of the event. Now, we can't put all the blame on GameStop or EB Games or the local store in your region if you were lucky to have a store that was tasked with distributing codes for this event. From the research I have been able to gather, it seems like the common theme is that stores that were tasked with giving out event codes were supplied with an extremely thin amount of codes. Most reports I've seen were sub 100 codes per store, some as low as 30 codes per store, which, when you think about it, an event that's meant to run from September 26th through to October 15th is insane to be supplied with such a limited number of codes. Whether or not these are going to get resupplied, not sure. I mean, I would highly doubt it. I would hope so, but given that it is going to be the 1st of October soon, who knows? You can believe what you want, think what you want, but this was 100% a ploy to get people into stores to purchase, conveniently, the latest Pokemon card set that released the same day as this event for Shiny Koraidon and Miraidon, which again to me is insane because Pokemon cards are also extremely hard to get these days. Supplies are limited. You almost cannot get your hands on Pokemon cards no matter how hard you try. So they want you to go in the store for a product they want to supply you, in this case Shiny Miraidon and Koraidon, which they knew was going to be in low supply, seeing as they deliberately supplied an obnoxiously low amount of codes for people to be able to get. And look, I'm in my early 30s, but first and foremost, this is a kid's game. Let's be real, okay? Alright, so you've got parents going out to get these codes for their kids, only to be met by, sorry, we have no stock, or you need to purchase something to get a code. I don't know, it's just like, I'm just freeballing here as well, guys. I haven't scripted this, so I'm just going off the top of my head. Like, Nintendo tried to portray themselves as this family-friendly, family-first company. But at the end of the day, all they care about is making a dollar off of you. They're an extremely anti-consumer company. You can't change my mind on this. Do some research, right? Everyone acts as if Nintendo, Pokemon, whatever, that they're your friend. They don't care about you. They don't have your interests at heart. They've got their wallets at heart. They want to line their pockets with your money, which I'm a realistic person, right? That's how a business works. But when you artificially control the supply of something or make something so scarce that it creates FOMO, where you've got scalpers, once again, on eBay selling codes or selling Pokemon via trades for 40, 50 bucks, it's just not right. Nintendo could have avoided this entire situation by doing an event like they did with the 4 Ruins legendary Pokemon. You know, raids aren't that exciting, to me at least, but it would have been a far more viable event where everybody would have the potential to get their hands on a Shiny Koraidon and Miraidon without wasting their time driving to stores, getting ripped off on the internet, getting ripped off in store by having to make a purchase when you didn't need to. And not to forget, right, that 99% of the world didn't even get access to codes. If you don't live in the US, Canada, France, I think Germany, Japan, Australia, and New Zealand, you're screwed. You don't even get access to codes, which in all fairness is a fucking joke. Like, excuse the language, but Come on. They don't even have the GameStop or a special trainer name. It's just Paldea, which we got for the last 4 Legendary Ruins Pokemon. Like, other than the fact that Koraidon and Miraidon are shiny, there's nothing special about them. The only thing special is Nintendo and the Pokemon Company for handling this event the way they have. I don't know, guys. I know I'm just ranting on here, but it's just gross mismanagement of an event. It doesn't get me that excited for Pokemon Legends ZA that's coming out in less than a month. No, I'm excited for the game, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't look that great. It looks like, to me, a filler game between now and the next remake, or Generation 10 if we get that in 2026. It worries me how they're going to manage future events for Legends ZA, for example. I think it's time to change up how they manage these events in the future. You can still have your promotional obligations with GameStop or EB Games or whatever, but maybe make it an online redemption code or some kind of special event, but get rid of the paper codes, stop adding to landfill and waste, once-off rubbish so we don't need. Make these events accessible to everyone. I know they're meant to be rare Pokemon, meant to be a bit harder to come by. Alright, think of something smart. You own the rights to do whatever you want with your games and your distribution events. You don't have to poorly mismanage them, leave out 99% of the globe so they can't get their hands on them, open it up to scalpers on the internet to rip people off on eBay, and so on. I honestly think at this rate, we are probably not that far off them putting microtransactions into Pokemon games, just like the way Pokemon Go works. They'll be like, screw it, no more codes for anybody, no more events. You want a Pokemon that's super rare? Now you pay us money, extra money in game. You know what? I think that could be what happens eventually. We're already getting announcements of DLC for Legends ZA, a game that's not even out yet. Like, to me, it's just insane. But anyway, I'm starting to get off topic and just ramble. I think we can all agree that this event has been an absolute joke. And if you haven't been lucky enough to get Shiny Koraidon or Miraidon yet, don't have access to them in your part of the world, please, by all means, visit my YouTube channel. I'm giving away Shiny Koraidon and Shiny Miraidon live on my YouTube live stream. You can also join my Discord community, get them for free in my Discord server using our free trade bots. Just whatever you do, don't get ripped off by scalpers on the internet, off random websites, off eBay. Alright everybody, that's going to do it for the video. Let me know down in the comments below. I really want to hear what you guys have to say about this event. What do you think is going to happen in the future with future events? Yeah, just let me know. Were you able to get your hands on a code from GameStop? Or do you not have a location in your part of the world where you could get a code? Alright guys, thank you for watching and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.